let's see here. Okay, should be live now. Should be working. Okay, here we go. Okay, hey guys, I'm just streaming on a different computer, so if anything's wrong with the settings, let me know. Okay, 1 second here. Okay. Okay, here we go. Hi guys, how's everyone doing? I hope everyone's having a great day. Okay. Okay, okay, I hope everyone's having a great Friday. Again, I'm sorry for starting the stream kind of late, guys. I would have started it much earlier, but it was just the Newswire info came out, and I wanted to make a video reacting to that and giving my thoughts on it. Okay. Okay. How's everyone doing? And, I hope everyone's having a great day here. Let me see here. Okay. Okay, can you guys let me know in the chat? Are you able to hear me clearly? Do you hear the game also? Again, I'm streaming on a different computer because I'm back in New York for a month now. I'm visiting family, but I still will be making videos the same pace, so don't worry. I'm just working on my laptop here. That's what I use for work here when I'm with my family, but streaming on a different computer, so if you can just let me know what you guys, okay. Everyone can hear me? Okay, cool. Okay. So look, and I wanna, I wanna clear up something, like, people keep telling me that I'm, like, that I'm being ungrateful and that I'm being negative about, like, the update and stuff like that, but literally, I uploaded, like, an entire 23-minute video, like, yesterday, and that 23-minute video was almost 95% of it was just praising Rockstar. I actually thought that the DLC is a great idea, and I do think this DLC coming up is actually going to be a good DLC. I think it'll be one of the best GTA DLCs. I think that a lot of the roles definitely need, like, updates and stuff like that. However, though, let me get rid of this here, sell this, However, though, like, I think that the majority of the stuff, like the KD nerf, getting rid of kill death ratio in free mode, I think that's a step in the right direction. Oppressor Mark II nerf, increasing payouts on races, and, like, adversary modes, new activities. I think it's great, but then, we have certain things like, the Cayo Perico, like, nerf, which I just thought that was personally just stupid. Keep up the good work, Pro. Ignore the haters. You sound fine also. Thank you, Specialist. Have you ever played Star Wars The Force Unleashed games before? If so, would you do a playthrough of it? I did play those when they first came out, and I actually beat them. I beat both of them, Force Unleashed 1 and 2. Thank you, Gaming, Bickle and Specialist. And thank you, KNG. Thank you, guys. Hello, professional everyone. Hope everyone is alright. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for sponsoring my channel again. And thank you, guys, for, like, well, the Force Unleashed 2 had, a little bit better graphics and a little bit better gameplay. Like, some of the lightsaber animations were better in Force Unleashed 2, but the story in Force Unleashed 1 was better than the story in Force Unleashed 2. That's generally how I feel about it. Does Reddit Online really need a new update? Yeah, but we're not getting it. I'm not even talking about any more Red Dead updates. I'm not ranting about it or anything like that, because there's no point. Rockstar literally said this game's not getting any more updates, so there's no point about that. It doesn't mean I'll stop playing the game. I'll still keep playing it, but it's just that. And also, I'll tell you guys, I'm happy about the next update, but I'm just a little pissed about Cayo Perico. But, for me personally, look at my perspective. It's hard for me to be positive completely. Like, I devoted a lot of time to Reddit Online, and I tried really hard to fight for this community, and just for Rockstar to just, screw this game over like that, it makes it hard for me to really enjoy anything that comes from Rockstar at this point. And this isn't, this is not like the first thing. You know, we had GTA Definitive Edition, we had GTA Plus, we had GTA Expanded and Enhanced, and then it became GTA 5 just. So it's like, you know, there's this disaster after disaster of Rockstar, and then Red Dead Online's Abandonment. So there's that, and also, you know, the community, you guys are really the people that got the message out. You guys are really the people that fought for Red Dead Online. I helped spread the message, but you guys are the guys that really helped fight for this game, and unfortunately, we couldn't do it. You know, we couldn't save this game. There's, you know, nothing more. This game is dead. I'll be honest. It's over. But yeah, you know, anybody that tells you this game is still being supported, I think that they're delusional. Really, this is not like this game is not getting any more support, really. It's gonna get, like, you know, event months, sure, and some Telegram missions, but that's it. Don't expect another DLC. Don't expect another role or anything like that. Yeah, we tried our best. There's nothing more we can do. We gave it our best, and we tried our best, and we showed how much we cared about this game, but unfortunately, they just did this to us. I'll be joining the party chat soon, just finishing up a Cayo scope out. Okay, Gamer. Oh, but Gamer, I'm not really talking in the party. I have everyone muted. Just letting you know, because I'm just focusing on I'm just focusing mainly on talking about Red Dead Online and the GTA update on this one. I'm gonna go Fool's Gold here. We'll do that. Are you hopping on GTA Online? When the next update comes out, I'll promise I'll do a stream. I will do a stream in the next GTA update. I give you my word on that. What happened to Cayo Perico? Basically, the thing is, though, is I've noticed that people that are defending the Cayo Perico nerf, they're saying that it's not a nerf because it's involved in the time limit. But it is a nerf. Because if they limit the amount of times that you can do it, if they say that you can only do it now every 2.5 hours instead of doing it as often as you could, like every hour before that, then that is a nerf. And also, you know, there are some people that are being a little dishonest, and they're saying that Cayo Perico, the money in Cayo Perico hasn't been nerfed. It's just a time limit. The money has also been nerfed in a way, when you think about it. It kind of works both ways. If you read the newswire, it says the target actually gets worse when you try to replay Cayo Perico. So the target is the main item that you steal. That also gets worse. And I correct me if I'm wrong, I think that it's if you're a solo player and then you try to replay, does the target get worse, or if that's if you're in a group? But I do remember that the newswire says that the target gets worse. To be fair, the other items, like the secondary loot, the value of that is increased. But we don't know exactly what that means. Does that mean we'll see gold in the outside the compound, or what? But you know, that if somebody could let me know, like, how does the target get worse? Is that that's when you do it solo and then you replay it? But it's I remember I read that, I just slipped my mind. Hi Pro, we tried reviving Red Dead Online, but thank you for still being part of the community. Well, thank you, Mobinator. Me and everybody else, we all tried our best. There's nothing more we can do. Wow, that was a quick kill. Okay. Yeah, he pretty much had the jump on me and I still got him. Okay. As a GTA fan, my heart goes out to you, the Red Dead fans. Thank you, DL Gaming, and I do really appreciate that. And there's like a lot of, there are a lot of players like you out there that haven't played Red Dead Online, but still, like, understand, like, what we went through, and that you have a lot of my respect, so thank you for the support for that. You don't even need to be a Red Dead Online player to understand how bad the community got screwed over. They did. We did. Okay. There's a kid I work with that says GTA Online is about ruining people's day by destroying cargo. I told him he's the reason the game is going to hell. Well, thank you, Ryan. Thank you for the super chat. I don't know how anybody can possibly think that GTA Online is about destroying people's cargo. What a stupid way to think. That's just dumb. GTA is about being a successful criminal. And, like, that's just, man, that's... But thank you for this super chat, Ryan. Professional, can you invite me when you're done? Sure, Alize, the gamer. Do I have you added, by the way? no. What the? Oh, come on. It was a explosive arrow. You gotta be kidding me, man. I killed the guy with the armor fair and square. I didn't use explosive rounds. Why do you gotta... But guys, I want you to know that even though this is it for Red Dead Online, we're not getting any more DLC, I am making still 2 more Red Dead videos. There are 2 more Red Dead videos that I have planned, and one is actually being made right now as I speak. And it's probably going to take me like another week to make it, because it's going to be a big video. It's going to be like an hour long, talking about Red Dead Online. But that video is not going to be like me ranting about updates and stuff like that. It's gonna be instead me focusing on, like, just responding to, like, the people that keep saying that, like, Rockstar abandoned Red Dead Online, and it's a good thing. There's people that justify it and say that, well, Red Dead Online being abandoned is a good thing because it's good for business. And so I'm gonna be breaking down that whole good for business argument, and I'm gonna be explaining why it's wrong. And there is gonna be a little emotion in it because I'm pissed off about Red Dead State, but I'm also gonna be using facts in that video, and, you know, and giving kind of my opinion also on why I think that argument is wrong. So, kind of me refuting that argument. But that's, I'll have that video up. It's gonna be a long one, though. Just warning everyone. Get the other armor if you can, guys. Oh, yeah. I think the guy has the armor too. Yeah, we should get him out of that armor. Explosive arrow, watch out. Okay. Ah, man. Ah, okay. I gotta get 4 kills within a minute now. Watch out, explosive. And what a, like, honestly, come on, dude. Like, I've been killing the guy with armor fair and square without using that crap, and he's gonna... let me get the other armor. Okay. I was just the closest to first, but okay, whatever. He's still using those explosive rounds. Did we just both kill each other, or what just... Yeah, he's using some kind of tonic cards there, but... Yeah, it's just... Like, honestly, like, explosive rounds should seriously be... And arrows should be banned from this mode, like, that just should not be okay. When will I do the Modern Warfare 2 series? I'm waiting for a costume for Modern Warfare 2, Yeah, I'm waiting for, a costume that I'm getting for Modern Warfare 2, but... But, hang on a second. Let me see. I'll tell you guys that point that I was reading earlier here. Okay, let's see here. It's the Cayo thing I was talking about earlier. Let's see here. So it says, and after stealing a high-value primary target in the Cayo Perico heist finale, the higher-value primary targets will appear less often for the next 72 hours, while the value of secondary targets will increase. This is intended to encourage exploration and cooperation between players. So that means that if you do the heist together, even you do it with other players, because it's three in-game days if you do it solo, but if you do it together with other players, it'll be a 48-minute cooldown. And it says in those 2.5-hour period, even though there's less of a cooldown for playing it with multiple people, then the primary target will appear, the higher value primary targets will appear less often. So yes, there is actually a pay nerf as well in the Cayo Perico nerf. Personally, I did think Cayo Perico should have been nerfed, but they nerfed it too far. Like, having a cooldown that's 2.5 hours is crazy. Oh, thank you, Cuban Gaming 1. Thanks, man. You know, and what I'll say about this is, like, Rockstar's reasoning for this is, like, really bad. Like, what they could have done is just increase payouts on just everything else. Just everything else. That's what they could have done. And also increase payouts on, like, doing it 4 people. If you do it with 4 people, maybe you have increased payouts. You earn more money if you do it with 4 people. That would encourage cooperative play. If you do it with more people, you get more money. I know you can steal some more money if you do it with 4 people, but it's not that much of a difference than, like, solo. If you do solo and you get, like, cocaine and artwork, if it does spawn, you can still make a decent amount. But if they make it significantly more than, like, doing it solo, you'll encourage more cooperative play. So that's the solution. Maybe also make it so that, like, different approaches will get you bonuses. Like, maybe Pavel will tell you, hey, you know, if we go in through the gate, we'll use the truck in the disguise this time, we'll get an extra $200,000. Or if we blow open the gate, we'll get, like, an extra $300,000 or something like that. That would encourage people to do different approaches, not just constantly the grate in sewer. So that would just be it. But you know, this, I don't think, I do appreciate, like, you know, Rockstar, like, you know, increasing payouts on other things, but, you know, the original heist, like, nobody really does them anymore, and even if the original heists get, like, a payout increase, I still don't feel like doing them, because you gotta get the setups done, you have to wait for 4 people to get in the lobby, and then one person leaves, and you can't do the setup mission, then you get reconnected, you gotta reconnected back into the lobby, you gotta wait for people to join in again. I just don't like that. I like the casino heist and Cayo heist, because you can just do all the preps on your own solo, and then you can just do the heist. That's it. Casino heist, I know you need the finale, you need 2 people at least, but at least for preps you can do it solo. So that's, like, what I like. You can do it free mode, you don't need an extra lobby, you can do it all in free mode, and that's just that. Thank you, Jeff, for the super chat also. Personally, I don't mind Cayo Perico being nerfed because I don't frequently do them, since that can get boring quickly. Back-to-back Cayo isn't that fun. I understand, you know, doing Cayo Perico over and over isn't that fun, but, you know, it wasn't, you know, a good payout. And I'll tell you something, do you know what I did to make Cayo Perico fun? I did it solo a lot. You know, I would do it, and then I would wait until I got the little notification from Pavel. Pavel would just, like, you know, say, like, you know, come back to the submarine now, and then you purchase the heist for hard. So, like, on one, I would always do it solo, but, like, on one approach, I would always try to find the cocaine. So I would look for the cocaine, and then I would try to, like, analyze the situation based on, like, where the cocaine is. If the cocaine was at the airstrip, I would just get, like, a plane and come in with the plane. If it was at the docks, I would get, like, the speedboat. Sometimes I would go to the grate, other times I would actually get a disguise, and I would just take the truck, and I would drive in the compound, and I would still get, like, Elite Challenge done. Sometimes I used the grappling hook, so I'd do the different approaches, like, the different on that, because it made the heist a little bit more fun for me, at least. I do see where you're coming from, but you know, I always did it, like, you know, different approaches. I like variety in what I do in GTA Online, like my bunker, nightclub missions, races, and other activities, and that's primarily why I think this update is going to be a good update, because the fact that they're adding way more activities, they're adding way more stuff, so I do think that that's I do think that that's to all the existing roles, so I do think that that's a step in the right direction. Feel bad that Red Dead Online is pretty much dead, so much potential. Look forward to the new upcoming GTA Online update, though. Some much needed changes in it, though. Thank you, Tricky Mario. Thanks, man. And thank you, Mitchell, for the super chat. And yeah, you did. It's Viaxo Switch 21. Okay, are you on Red Dead Online right now? Oh, there you are. Okay, I'll invite you to this session. Okay, there you are. You're invited. Okay. I wish Rockstar would do something about the orbital cannon in GT Online. Yeah. And, I'm actually gonna mention that. So, guys, tomorrow I got a top 5 video coming out. I know you guys love my top 5s. This top 5, I had to make it in, like, the last few days because of the update. But it's, basically the top 5 that I'm gonna have tomorrow is, like, top 5, like, things that the Criminal Enterprise, update should do and shouldn't do. And you can imagine, like, the top 5 things I'm gonna talk about in that,
That's a long time.
Thank you, Jose, for the super chat. Rockstar knows what they're doing. That has to be a troll comment. Like,
Yep.
That's gotta be a troll. GTA 5 was his first GTA. He played, so he doesn't know what GTA is about. Oh. Yeah, and the thing is, though, is... You know what? I'll tell you something about that, Ryan. I'll tell you 2 things, and, like, one of these things is gonna be in my documentary on Red Dead Online. So when I make my documentary on Red Dead Online, I really hope that you guys watch it. It's gonna be a really good one, and talking about, like, what just happened with the game. But anyways, what always bothered me about GTA 5 is that there are so many GTA 5 players that, like, it's their first GTA that they mainly played, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But what does bother me is that, like, a lot of GTA 5 players, even though GTA 5 is their first GTA, they go out there and they try to school, like, GTA veterans. So people like me that have played since, like, GTA 3 and Vice City, they try to, like, basically explain to us what the best GTA game is and trying to tell us that GTA 5 is the best GTA and the other ones suck. And that's always kind of bothered me, that, like, you know, a lot of these GTA 5 players, they never played the other GTAs, and they have, like, they're gonna come over here and, like, try to tell me that GTA 5 is the best one and that all the other GTAs suck. So that's, I've noticed that a bit. And I'll be honest, another thing that, you know, it kind of irritates me, and this does irritate me, this annoys me, is, like, when I see, like, these people...
Is my volume down?
What's up? Well, I'm not really talking on the mic, Richard. I have almost everyone muted. You just joined a little bit later, but I'm just focusing mostly on the questions on this stream because I'm getting a lot of questions about the updates. I will talk in an open party next stream, I promise, Richard. What is it? So the thing what I'll tell you guys, you know what annoys me a lot about, like, the people that, like, say that that it's good that Rockstar abandoned Red Dead Online? You know what really irritates me about that is that a lot of these people, they don't play Red Dead Online, or they've never played Red Dead Online. Like, it's like these people have not even completed the story. If they have even played Red Dead Online, they haven't even completed the online story, the Jessica Leclerc story. They haven't even done that. They probably even haven't even unlocked the bounty hunter role or any of that. And, you know, I'm not saying that you can't have an opinion if you don't play Red Dead Online, but I would take you a lot more seriously if you, like, if somebody was telling me that, like, it's good that Rockstar abandoned Red Dead Online for, like, because GTA makes them the most money, I would take them way more seriously if that person actually invested some time in the game and they played it, and then they came to me and said, you know, Red Dead Online, I think that it's a better decision for Rockstar to abandon Red Dead Online because GTA Online makes more money. I still wouldn't agree, but I would take them way more seriously if they actually played Red Dead Online, because at least they have some experience with the game. But when I see these people that, like, they never played Red Dead Online, and they're trying to tell me out there, they're trying to tell me what Red Dead Online is like, and they're trying to tell me that, like, that it's good that Rockstar abandoned it, and they never played the game at all. They don't know any of the mechanics in the game. They don't know anything about it. And the reason that is so important is because these same people, when I look at their comments, these same people in the comments, they will always say that it's a Wild West game and that Rockstar does not have that many things that they can do in a Wild West game. I'm sure you guys have seen those comments. People saying that, oh, you know, they can't make that many updates because they're only limited in the stuff they can do. While in GTA is modern. Sure, GTA is set in a modern time, and, like, obviously you're not going to see, like, vehicles in, like, Red Dead Online. That's not going to happen. But that doesn't mean that this game doesn't have potential. If you played the online, especially, and even if you played the single player, if you played the single player, you would understand the potential that this game has. The world in this game is literally like 5 times more detailed than GTA 5's world. Definitely, 100%. Like, all the different environments, like the fields, the forest, the snowy mountains, the deserts, all the animal life, like all the random events, the world in this game, the temperature, the core system, having to eat, all of that. So when people tell me that GTA 5 has more content because it has more vehicles, I would tell them that Reddit Online might not have all the vehicles that GTA 5 has, but what it does have is it has detail that it makes up for it. All smaller little things in the environment, in the stats, in the cores, in the eating, the clothes. The fact that, like, clothes aren't just a cosmetic thing. They affect you temperature-wise. So, like, in cold environments, you need to wear, like, a coat or a jacket. In, like, hot environments, you gotta have, like, you know, something less thinner on you. So that's like, that's important. But it's like I said, if somebody played this game, they would understand the potential that it has. But, like, when I see these people who have never played Reddit Online, they try to tell me that, like, it's good that Rockstar abandoned it for, like, for money. I'd take you way more seriously if you actually, like, played the game and invested some time into it. I'd still disagree with you, but at least I'd respect you. But it's like, when I see these people, they don't play the game, and then they act like they're experts, and they know exactly what Reddit Online needed and didn't need. And that's just, I personally don't like that. Let me see here. I missed a lot of comments. I'm sorry. I was just going on in my conversation there. Also, thank you guys for the support on the stream. We're almost at 1,000 viewers. Hey, Pro, I'm not a GTA fanboy, but I do believe that many players play Cayo Perico, nothing else. I do think that the time limit is reasonable. Thank you, Imperialist. I mean, I would disagree with you. Thank you for the super chat, but what I would say about that is that just increase the payouts on other items, on other stuff. Just increase the payouts on other things, because the problem isn't Cayo Perico. The problem is that other jobs don't pay as good as Cayo Perico. That's the problem. And so if Rockstar increased the payouts on a lot of these other businesses, then people would be people would have more of an incentive to do them as well. So I think that's the solution.
Alright, that thing goes in the cell over there.
I don't think the Cayo Perico nerf is that bad. It could have been worse. Decreased pay, less secondary targets, more preps. I'd rather have a cooldown, to be honest. Thank you, Fernando. Thank you for the super chat. But I read on the newswire that if you do it as a group, the next items that you're going to get within the next 3 hours, the target's going to get worse. So they actually are decreasing the value of the targets, so that is happening also. But if they allow you to steal gold, like, outside the compound, maybe I'll forgive them for that, if they can steal gold outside the compound, because they said that secondary loot increases. So if solo players can now steal gold outside the compound, maybe I'll still be kind of pissed about the time limit, but at least it won't be that bad. So we'll have to see what the secondary loot is like. But I stated, you know, I just stated what I thought about it personally. I'm still positive about the update. I don't want people to think that I'm just trash-talking Rockstar on this update. I do like the update. I think it's cool that we're getting more biker, CEO, and gun running and nightclub stuff. I do think that's good. But I was just a little pissed about the Cayo Perico nerf personally. That's just my opinion. It's the way I see it. I saw that you played Kane and Lynch 2 before. How do you like the series? Oh, I love Kane and Lynch. I used to play Kane and Lynch a lot back in the day. A lot. GTA Online attracts people with different interests, such as tryhards, car enthusiasts, aviation, pilot, community, RP, etc. I guess, thank you, Alvanor, for this, for the super chat. But, the thing about it is that I would like to think that Reddit Online had that potential as well. Like, I would think that too. Like, imagine if they actually added, like, the ability to, like, you know, form an outlaw gang or something like that. I know people are gonna tell me posses, but that's not really it. Like, imagine if you could actually form, like, an outlaw gang, and, like, you and your friends can, like, rob a train or something like that, and other players could, like, stop you. And there could be, like, entire, like, communities that would be devoted to, like, being lawmen, and there'd be other communities that would be devoted to being, like, outlaws and stuff like that. So I think that there's potential for, like, art role-playing and stuff like that with Reddit Online. That's what they were going for with the roles, but Rockstar just messed it up. They didn't know what they were doing. So that's just, it. One moment here, guys.
You gonna pay for this? What the hell? This is for you.
Okay. Sorry about that. I just had a text I had to respond to there. Okay,
Look
see
who it
here.
is, and kick in the boot. Put him in the cell, won't you? Whatever it said on the poster, it's all right there for you.
But I'll give you guys a perfect example of what I'm talking about. And look, I don't want people to misunderstand me. I'm not saying if you don't play Reddit Online, you can't have an opinion. You can, if you could not play this game and you could say that, like, you know, screw this game, it's good that Rockstar abandoned it. I'm gonna severely disagree with you. But the point that I'm making is that if you played this game, you would have more knowledge about this game, and you would have more of an appreciation, understanding of what this world is capable of, the updates that they could do with this game. They could so much content that they could do with this game, and they choose not to use it. And then when I see these comments of these people saying that there's only so much they can do in a Wild West game, I know they don't know what they're talking about. I know they never played the game. Because if they played the game, they know how detailed this world is. But like, it's like imagine if it was like what is it? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong on this, but like Fortnite, right? Fortnite, and I might get this wrong, so forgive me if I get this wrong. But like Fortnite, I believe started out as a co-op game, right? I think it started out as a co-op game. And then what happened was when they released the Battle Royale mode got really popular, and like and they completely abandoned like the co-op storyline. Was it called Save the World? I think that's what it was. And they promised like co-op stuff in Fortnite, and they completely abandoned that and forgot about their promises, and instead went on to just making Battle Royale. That's all they focused on. Imagine if I started like going to the Fortnite community, and even though I don't play Fortnite at all, I have no interest in Fortnite, but imagine if I started going to the Fortnite community, because there's people that want more co-op missions. They want that Save the World thing to be finished. Imagine if I started saying to them, oh, you know, it's good that Fortnite abandoned, like, co-op. It's good that they abandoned all of that stuff and they started focusing on Battle Royale, because that's what's good for business. That's what makes them the most money. People would be outraged at me. People would be like, you're stupid. You don't even play Fortnite. You don't know what you're talking about. And that's exactly my point. That's exactly what I'm talking about with Reddit Online. These people that don't even play Reddit Online, and they're trying to tell Reddit Online players that this game should have been abandoned, and it's all of that. That's just my point with the whole thing. Why are you so demanding? It's demanding to just want an update, to just want a response from the developer. All I wanted was a response from Rockstar.
Which commentary is Batman in?
Just literally,
Marbles.
Just literally more support for an update. That's it.
In that case, I don't know about DC. I'm talking Marbles, and it would be Batman. Easy. Oh, then yeah, Batman. Batman. Actually, period.
Okay. And I'm just gonna mute you right now, Richard, because I just muted everyone in the party. But I will. I'm gonna be in an open party on next stream. Okay. I don't know why people love GTA Online more than Reddit Online. Reddit Online has animal life. It feels like a living world. GTA Online feels unlike Planet Earth. Yeah, and I know what you mean, because of the ridiculousness of all the stuff in GTA Online. But, yeah, literally, you cannot tell me that GTA 5 is a more detailed world than the world of Red Dead Redemption 2. Even if you take out the online and just focus on the single player is so much more detailed than the world of GTA 5 and GTA Online combined. You can have an opinion which game you like more, obviously, but it's clear fact that Red Dead Redemption 2 is just more detailed than GTA 5. And so a game that just had so much potential, we're just getting screwed over like this. Was there? I think there was a super chat that I missed. I can't scroll all the way up. Whoever that was, I thank you for the super chat. I'm sorry if I missed your super chat. I do apologize for that. Let's see here. Do you believe that nerf Rockstar Games is doing to the Oppressor Mark II will significantly reduce the amount of griefing in GTA Online, or there will be no difference in the amount of griefing? It depends on what the nerf is, and I'm gonna talk about that in my video. Check out my video tomorrow. I'll talk about what I think like the update needs tomorrow. But basically, like, my solution to the Oppressor Mark II, how to fix it and keep everyone happy. Basically, what I would do is I would make it so that the Oppressor Mark II can lock onto NPCs, can lock onto cops, but it cannot lock onto player vehicles anymore. That's my nerf. That's literally what I would do to the Mark II. I think that would be a fair balance, and I think it would keep everyone happy. I wouldn't mind if Rockstar added planes from the early of 20th century Reddit Online, but Alvinor, they wouldn't really have planes in this game, because 1898, you know, you wouldn't really see something like a plane out here in this time period. You would start seeing planes more like around the time of like World War I. That's when you would start seeing some planes. But let me see. I'm gonna see if there's a way for me to pull up those super chats, because I think I missed like 1 or 2 super chats and I feel really bad. Hang on, let me see here. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Do I think the I found him. Okay, do you think the Juggernaut teaser is gonna be like the ballistic equipment or just the return of Avon enemies? I think it's just gonna be like some Avon enemies that you're gonna fight. Thank you, Stan, for the super chat. Thank you guys for that for those super chats. I wish I gave Cold War more of a chance during its life cycle. I'm sick of Vanguard's trash MP. Call of Duty stopped low of Vanguard's campaign was alright. Well, I'll tell you something. Generally, like, when I play, like, the Call of Duty campaigns, generally I enjoy them. But, 1 second here. So, I'll tell you this. I generally enjoy the Call of Duty campaigns, W3T. I even enjoyed Vanguard's campaign, but I thought it was kind of weak compared to World at War. I think World at War had the best campaign, and, like, out of, like, the non-World War II games, I think Black Ops 1 had the best campaign. But I think the best missions in Call of Duty Vanguard, I think they were the Polina's, like, sniper missions. I think those were the best missions. I think those were actually pretty good. But it was, and I liked, Wade's, aerial mission, and then I liked his second mission where he got shot down, but then they kind of ruined it with, like, that cringe line when the guy says, "Do you speak Japanese?" And then that part when the Japanese are carrying around STG-44s and MG-42s, that just ruined, the mission for me personally. But that's the thing is, like, I think that, like, I think that people judged Cold War too harshly. I think they did. I know Cold War wasn't a perfect game, it had problems, but, like, I remember when Cold War came out, people kept saying that Cold War was, like, the worst Call of Duty ever. They said this is the worst Call of Duty ever, and I was like, no, it's not the worst Call of Duty. I thought Infinite Warfare was the worst one, and Black Ops 4. I didn't think that, I didn't think that Cold War was the worst one. I don't think it was the best, but it had problems. I didn't think it was that as bad as some people made it out to be. But now, like, when Vanguard came out, like, a lot of people are just seeing how bad, like, how bad it is and how good, actually, how good Cold War was. Yeah, so I'm reading the comments right now about the Fortnite, so yes, so it looks like I was right on what I said about Fortnite earlier. That, like, basically, yes. Okay, so what side? Oh, okay, so tells me so one guy tells me that they promised the co-op would be free, but it never was on Fortnite. So that's exactly what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter if it doesn't matter if Fortnite makes the majority of its money from Battle Royale. I don't play Fortnite, I don't like the game. However, though, what I will say is the developer started the game out as a co-op game, and they made promises to their community. They promised people that they would finish the co-op, that they would actually add stuff to it, and the second Battle Royale got big, they just abandoned the co-op, they abandoned their promises. They made promises, they should keep their word. It's just like that. I'm that type of guy that if you make a promise to somebody, you keep it, no matter the situations afterwards. And if you cannot keep the promise, for some reason, you try your best to make it up to that person. So that's just it. You make a promise. It's the same thing with these companies. You make a promise to your community. You keep your promise. You keep your word. It's just like that. And Rockstar, they made a promise to the Red Dead community, and they should keep their word. They promised an ever-evolving world. They literally said that they're focusing on the single player. And, I mean, they're focusing on the online. They're not making single-player DLC. When people kept asking them, are you going to make single-player DLC? Rockstar kept saying, we're not making single-player DLC. We're focusing on Red Dead Online. Well, you didn't even focus on Red Dead Online, so now give us single-player DLC. So it's just, that's just that. Hey, Pro, my birthday's tomorrow. Well, happy birthday, Bugs. Wondering if they fix the Titan glitch. Don't count on it, Dark Leon. Thank you, thank you, Fangy. That's a weird question. But thank you for the, super chat. No, how have I been toxic, man? It's all I've literally I just stated my opinion, and I just wanted like an update for this game. That's it. Bethesda recently hired a developer to help create new content for Fallout 76. Why can't Rockstar do the same? They just hired Remedy to remake Max Payne. Yeah. And what I'll tell you guys is, do you know what I think Red Dead Online's ultimate downfall is? One word to describe Red Dead Online's ultimate downfall. Greed is the second reason that Red Dead Online got screwed over. But do you know what the first reason that this game got screwed over was? It was laziness. Laziness is the first. Laziness is the number one reason that Red Dead Online got abandoned and got screwed over, and greed is the second one. Why laziness? Why is it the number one reason? Because Rockstar could make a lot of money from this game. They could. You have to think about it. GTA Online did not become the game it is today until the heist update of March of 2015. Rockstar actually abandoned single-player DLC, which they promised in GTA 5, for GTA Online. And so, basically, Red Dead Online, Rockstar can make a lot of money in this game. It has the potential to make money in Red Dead Online. However, though, it takes time. It's not something that they're going to make overnight. They're not going to make hundreds of thousands of dollars from this game overnight. It's going to be a gradual process. So basically, Rockstar is going to need to make good updates. They're going to need to attract the community over time, and this is a process that's going to take years. This is not a process that's going to happen in like a few weeks. It's going to take years to attract a lot of players to the game. But if they make the right updates, if they make one good update, that'll get a lot of people on the game. And then they make another good update after a few months after that, it'll get more people on the game. And then over time, it grows and grows and grows. And then what happens is they have a big community on the game, and that community is then going to start buying gold bars and supporting the game in other ways. And that is the reason that Rockstar. So Rockstar knows. They know that this game is profitable. They know they can make a lot of good money from this game. Basically, the way Rockstar sees it is they think to themselves, you know, why should I make content for this game and put work into this game and wait months when I could just do GTA 5? That's it.
For me, the Cayo thing is it's a tough call for me because I do.
Okay. Sorry, just today I'm just answering questions. I'm not really talking much in the party. He was talking to somebody else, by the way, not to me. But it's at least I think so. But I'll talk to you a little bit, gamer. I'm just right now I'm just focusing on a lot of questions, and I just but it's yeah. So that's ultimately like what I was saying. Is that they know this game is profitable. They know they can make money from this game, but they're choosing not to. They're choosing laziness instead. They're saying, you know, we already have a dedicated fan base on GTA Online. Why should we put work into building a fan base up on Red Dead Online? Well, we can just release an update on GTA 5 every 6 months. So that's just it. And honestly, loving your channel. Keep it up, man. Thank you, Eric. And thank you, Wesley. Hot air balloons would be accurate and fun to have. I wouldn't mind that. Yeah, if they could have a hot air balloon in this game, I wouldn't have a problem with it. They did in the single player. I don't get why people suck off GTA Online and belittle Red Dead Online. Both are flawed heavily in their current states and need heavy updates, fixes, anti-cheat. Yeah, and you're right. You know what happened to me? I encountered a bunch of God Mode players the other day in GTA Online. I had 2 sales. I had 2 sales ruined. I was doing one of my sales and I got it blown up, and then I was helping a friend and we got another sale blown up by another God Mode user in another lobby. That happened in one day. So that happened yesterday. So literally, like, it's just these games have like massive problems to them. You'd think that if they give GTA Online all the attention, that they'd fix the game-breaking bugs in GTA Online, but they don't even do that. So that's just Let me just see here. I think let me see. Oh, and thank you, Imperialist. I see your super chat from earlier. Yes, I will. I will do. I don't know if I'm gonna do like videos fighting griefers and stuff like that anymore, but I will do like I'll do videos covering the next update. That I promise you on. Yesterday, a coworker was lifting one of the biggest electrical pallet jacks, moving a bit, got his finger caught, and the tip of his finger got ripped off, and oh my god. Oh man, I'm really sorry about that, Jen. That's That's really bad. I'm sorry, man. Well, I really hope that company... if that company has like some unsafe conditions, I literally hope that your coworker sues the hell out of them. That's man, that's really bad. I'm sorry. What does Rockstar benefit from ignoring fans and practice favoring? Thank you, David, for the super chat. Basically, Rockstar thinks that I don't know why, but Rockstar thinks that the majority of Red Dead players are just gonna get on GTA and they're gonna start playing GTA. That's literally what Rockstar thinks. But the thing is, though, is that, and this is going back to my earlier point, when I make my documentary talking about the business, like this business argument, like the people that say that Red Dead Online being abandoned is like, is good for business, they don't even know business and they don't know what they're talking about. Basically, what Red Dead Online is Red Dead Online is diversifying income. Diversified income is always good because you get income from different sources. Relying on income from only one source is actually a really bad idea because if something goes bad with that one source, you're screwed. So it's good to have diversified income from all different types of places. Even if you're making like a fraction of your income from like another place, if you're making some extra money on the side, why not take that? You know, that's good. It's diversified income helps you save up more money. And so like Rockstar thinks that by abandoning Red Dead Online, these Red Dead players are going to somehow go to a GTA and start playing GTA. But the reality is, there are people that get on Red Dead to play Red Dead. We don't play Red Dead just because it's like similar to GTA. We play Red Dead because we want to play Red Dead. We like this world, we like this time period, we like the guns, we like, this game overall. And so this is, a unique game. There aren't really an open world Wild West game out there besides Red Dead at the time. And so we play this game, we have fun on it. And so those players have their tastes in Red Dead. Some might go on to GTA and start playing that. I'm not denying that. But we have our tastes in Red Dead. And so Rockstar thinks that they're somehow gonna, get all those players on GTA when that's not gonna happen. Those players, Rockstar is losing money. Because I made a poll on my channel, and like over 35,000 people voted in the poll, and like 93% of people, and all the people that voted in the poll, at least people that voted, they were Red Dead players. I asked people, only people that are Red Dead players, to vote in the poll, and 33,000 people voted, and 93% of those 33,000 people said that they are never buying a shark card. And actually, 30% actually said they used to buy shark cards and gold bars, but they're not doing that anymore because of this Red Dead thing. So Rockstar doesn't realize there's a massive boycott from Red Dead players. There's a lot of Red Dead players that are never gonna buy any microtransactions from Rockstar. Sure, they'll probably buy the next GTA game because it's popular, but they're not going to buy any DLC ever from Rockstar. They're not going to buy any, shark cards, any gold bars, any GTA Plus, and I don't think that's the hidden cost. The hidden cost, when people say that Red Dead Online being abandoned for business, that's a hidden cost that people are not talking about, because that's what's going to happen. You're going to see. Let me see here, what's your favorite rival gang from Saints Row 1 and 2? Well, I'm gonna focus on just 1 and 2, 3 and 4, I didn't enjoy those as much. My favorite gang in Saints Row 1 are the Vice Kings. Favorite gang in Saints Row 2 are the Sons of Samdi. Thank you, gaming, Miko. Hey, Pro, I'm playing Liberty City Stories, and before, how can I put this delicately clear? A small section of land, are there any side activities I should do? Not really. Liberty City Stories doesn't have that same problem GTA 3 has, where, like, there's a lot of gangs shooting at you. However, though, in Staunton Island, the Yardies will actually shoot at you, once you complete the story, and the Yardies can be annoying when you're trying to do taxi missions or other activities in Staunton Island, so keep that in mind. Thank you, Why How When, for the super chat. I got a bad feeling when GTA 6 comes out, the online mode will be worse than GTA 5 Online. Yep. And I think that's the thing is, when GTA 5 Online, like, comes out, like, let me see if I can invite, him. Oh, my posse is full right now, but, I'll invite you when we got a space, okay, man? Yeah. So, like, GTA 6 is not gonna have all these businesses and all that stuff at launch, and I think a lot of people are, setting themselves up for disappointment there. So Rockstar, I think, is gonna, like, I think Rockstar is gonna, like, GTA Men actually made a video about this a few years ago, in which he said that Rockstar's pretty much shooting themselves in the foot, because they're adding all this content to GTA Online, and then people are gonna expect all of that stuff at launch for GTA 6. GTA 6 is going to launch very similar to Red Dead Online. It's going to happen, where it's just going to be contact missions and stuff like that. At least that's my prediction. Thank you, George. And thank you, High Rollers. Hi, Pro, been subbed to you since you got DDoSed in 2017 by an idiot. Well, thank you, High Rollers. I still remember when that happened. That's right around the Doomsday heist. That was like, that was just a really bad time. It was really hard for me to stream. I also heard that OSHA might coming in. OSHA, that's the I know that OSHA is the government agency that's like thank you, Jen. OSHA is the government agency that's like involved in like those type of things, right? I'm gonna look up OSHA, right? Occupational Safety and Health Administration. Okay, yeah. Yeah, because I hope that your coworker honestly sues the hell out of your company, because if your company has like unsafe working conditions like that, where like he lost his finger, and that's really horrible. I'm sorry for him. I hope that I hope he gets his compensation for that. That's horrible. So like they need to be held accountable for that. So I hope that the government does a full investigation on that and does it. And I'll tell you something. When I was working in retail, one thing that I regret doing. Is that I never called the labor board or the labor agency, whatever it was. I should have called the labor agency, and I should have reported my company. I should have, but I wanted a job at that point, and I was scared about potentially getting fired if I reported the company. But I should have reported the company. I should have reported them. And what did I want to report them for? They kept violating brake rules. My company. It's not as bad as what happened to your friend there. I'm really sorry about that. But my company that I worked for in retail, I worked as a store associate, and what they constantly did was they constantly violated brake rules. They did it all the time, and it was that. If you work for 6 hours, you're entitled to a 30-minute break. If you work for less than 6 hours, you have a 15-minute paid break. If you work for 9 hours, you get 2 30-minute breaks and 2 15 paid breaks. So 2 30-minute unpaid breaks and 2 15. And what happened was, like, my store, how I worked for it, what happened is they constantly would just say, like, when you tried to go on break, the supervisors or the manager would just constantly say to you, oh, you can't go on break right now, we're busy. If you go on break right now, you're going to put more work on us. We need to get things done. We need to get work done. You can go on break later. And later never comes. Later is always your shift always ends. And so I've had that happen where I've missed breaks because they kept denying, like, people going on break. And I wasn't the only one this happened to. This happened to a lot of people. So that was just constantly going on. Thank you, Jen, for the super chat. Thank you, JM58. Why GTA Plus was not? What do you mean, JM58? Thank you for the super chat. No, that's fine, Mr. Waifu. You like whatever game you like. But I hope that your friend, gets compensation. I hope he sues the hell out of them. He's lost a finger, and that's forever. I really hope that, he sues the hell out of that company. I'm so tired of these companies not caring about the well-being of their workers, and then their workers suffering because of it. Yes, via Axo Switch. I'll invite you when I have space in the posse, because right now the posse is full, so I just can't invite you. But yeah, like, it's like, if you live in my country, at least in the US, if you work more than 6 hours, you are entitled to a 30-minute break. And do not let them tell you that you can't go on break. They might ask you to go on break at a certain time. But don't let them tell you can't go on break. Don't, because that's illegal. Don't let them do that to you. Oh, sorry, I meant after bringing down the house. Are there any side activities collectibles for 100% that will become unavailable? No. Actually, I think that bringing down the house, I think you need that for the collectibles, because I think certain collectibles will only spawn on rooftops and other places you can only access. So don't worry about it. I did the story and then I did the collectibles. You can watch my 100% completion stream on Liberty City Stories. It's in my Liberty City Stories playlist, but I did 100% of the game after I beat the story, so don't worry about it, man. Thank you, How. They take your lunch break out of your check. In my country, they do. In my country, when you take a 30-minute break, some places will give you a paid break, but a lot of other places, if you're working 6 hours, they give you a 30-minute unpaid break. So you have to punch out, and then, you punch back in after 30 minutes. Hey Pro, you buy any Mega Million tickets tonight? Thank you, Wolf Killer. I don't really do the stock market. I mean, I don't really do the I don't do like the lottery. I don't play that. My dad plays that, but I don't really play that. I do, if anything, a little bit of the stock market, but that's same way my job works. I usually work 6 to 7 hours due to my age, but I get 35-minute breaks on shifts like that. Fortnite recently put STW in their Save the World in their new version of GTA Plus. What? So they are charging you for a mode that they promised was going to be free? That's ridiculous. They made enough money from Battle Royale. They should do something for their community. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. When these people keep saying that everything's good for business, you have to look at it from a business perspective. Sure, you gotta look at it from a business perspective because that's how you make money, but you also have to look at it from a moral perspective. You have to do what's right by your fans, what's right for your community. Not everything that's literally good for business is a moral good thing to do. It's a lot of times a scummy thing to do. So it's just, damn, that's horrible. And like, literally, I'll tell you guys something right now also, is, about these, this whole business argument. So remember what I was saying earlier, that, like, Reddit Online is diversified income. That's basically what it is. So when you have, like, when Rockstar's running Reddit Online, even though it wasn't making the same money as GTA Online, that was, like, extra money that they were making on the side, from another game. And Rockstar somehow thinks that by screwing over Reddit Online, they're going to get the same money that they were getting from these Reddit Online players back into GTA, and it's not going to work like that. You have thousands of Red Dead players. In my poll, you had 93% of Red Dead players saying that they were not going to buy anything from Rockstar. And this was the main reason, because they felt betrayed by Rockstar. So that's 93% of 35, it was like 35,000 people voted, and like 93% said they're never buying anything from Rockstar, and it was mainly because of this, because they felt betrayed by Rockstar over Reddit Online, and they're boycotting Rockstar. So I don't think Rockstar, and the people that defend Rockstar over screwing Reddit Online for business, I don't think they realize the gravity of the situation. I don't think they realize how many Red Dead players are pissed, and how many Red Dead players are never going to buy anything Rockstar. So I think that I think they're really underestimating that. But that's only my poll, you know, the amount of Red Dead players that are pissed off Rockstar goes well beyond my channel. So there's a lot of people that are, you know, there's a lot of people that are pissed about this. GTA 5 is just filled with griefers now. I was doing a coke delivery worth 2,167. I think you mean 216,000, but two little kids whose overall is 10 and 5 were talking to each other in voice chat. They say my cargo and destroyed. I was almost there. I'm a little confused by your comment, but thank you, thank you P for the super chat. But it's yeah, the community in GTA Online tends to be more a lot more kids play GTA than they do Red Dead. Red Dead community tends to be a little bit more mature. Would you get an Xbox Series X just to play exclusives, or is the PS5 enough for you? If there's an exclusive that I really like, I'll get it. Thank you, gaming. Bickle. What's the quickest way to rank up in Reddit Online? Quickest way to rank up in Reddit Online would be to, do collectibles. Collectibles. You get the collectibles and you sell them. You get like 2,500 XP each time. My opinion on the Cayo changes is, do I feel a longer cooldown is necessary? Yes, but 2 hours is way too long. I will sell for one in-game day, but changing the odds of the primary is where I start to get annoyed. Yeah, I agree with you there. But you know, if they make the secondary targets like, you know, gold outside the compound, I think that'll be at least good. But I think that this time limit is like, you know, is kind of messed up. I think they should just left it the way it was. Yes, Phoenix, I'll be doing the Ace Attorney trilogy one day. I just don't know when I'll get around to it, but I'll do it. But literally, I'll give you guys an example. 2 examples, right? The people that say that that Rockstar is gonna make up their money in the Red Dead players, the players that that are not going to you know, support Rockstar anymore because of Red Dead Online. Because there's people that deny it. They deny like that they deny that there's like a lot of Red Dead players that are pissed off and they're like, oh, Rockstar will just make up that money with GTA. Let me give you 2 examples of just how bad it might get. So, I used this example last time, but Imagine this. Oh, I can invite, okay. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Posse. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I could invite, Switch now. Should work. So look, this business argument. For the people that tell you that, like, that it's good that Rockstar abandoned Red Dead Online because GTA makes them more money business-wise. Think about it this way. Remember what I said about diversified income earlier, right? Imagine that you go into Burger King. And I used this example last time for anybody that heard it. You go into Burger King, right? And you walk up to the counter in Burger King and you say, I want a fish sandwich. Give me a fish sandwich. And yes, I actually eat the fish sandwich in Burger King. I know it's not a popular item, but I'm one of the few people that eats it. So I go into Burger King. They say, I want a fish sandwich. They tell me no, and I say, you know, why? Why won't you, like, make a fish sandwich? And they say, oh, we don't carry the fish sandwich anymore. We only carry the Whopper. And I say, why? And they say, oh, the Whopper is our best-selling sandwich. The fish sandwich doesn't make us as much money as the Whopper. The Whopper is more popular, and it's more profitable, so we're only carrying the Whopper right now. We're not carrying the fish sandwich anymore. Do you want a Whopper? You know what I would do? I'd say, no, screw this. I'm walking out. If I can't I came in to eat my fish sandwich. If I can't have my fish sandwich, I'm walking out. I'm not going to go and buy the Whopper now. Unless I was really hungry, but it's like, no, I would just be done. And it's the same thing with, like, salads. Like, why do you think these fast food restaurants carry salads? Like, salads are probably the least popular item on the menu, but there are people that come in and eat the salads. Even though they're not as popular, there's people still eat them, and they still make some money from them. If they weren't making any money from the fish sandwiches and no money from the salads, they would cancel it. But they're making some money from it, so that's why they don't get rid of it. And so they know the person eating salads is not going to start eating hamburgers because they cancel the salads. And so that's that same logic back. The same people that say Red Dead Online being abandoned is good, like, because GTA Online makes more money, that's the same logic. The exact same thing. That's how stupid that, that's how stupid the situation is. Like, imagine, like, if you don't like that example, like, imagine another example. Imagine that you walk into, like, a phone store, right? And you want to get an Android phone. You want to browse, like, the Android phones. And you see nothing but iPhones. Nothing but iPhones everywhere. And you're not an iPhone guy, you're an Android guy. And you just say, like, where are the Androids? I want to see an Android, I don't want to see an iPhone. And then the guy at the store tells you, oh yeah, you know, our iPhones are our best-selling phone. The Androids don't sell as much as the iPhones. The iPhones are the most profitable ones, so we discontinue the Androids. We're only selling iPhones. Do you want an iPhone? You really think that person is going to buy an iPhone at that point? They're going to say, no, screw this, I'm going to go to another store where I can buy an Android. And so that is that same example. Companies carry certain products they don't make money from, that much money from, but they still carry them because they're making something from it, and they're diversifying their income. There's more people coming in overall. When they cancel those small items, you're going to have less and less people coming in. It's going to happen. So that's like, you know, people telling me that, like, Red Dead Online being abandoned is good for business. They don't understand business a lot of times. They don't understand, you know, how much of an effect this is actually going to have. Well, look, I'm not gonna comment other YouTube channels. Other YouTube channels can make videos about me. I'm not gonna comment on them. Like, they can attack me and everything like that. I'm not gonna respond. You know that. I oftentimes say what I think of YouTuber statements, but I don't, like, bring up the name ever. And so my point with the Burger King example, and the fish sandwich, and the phone store, and the Android phone, my point is that Red Dead Online is a unique product, and it attracts a unique audience to it. And because you are canceling this product, you think that all the people that are on Red Dead Online are just going to somehow jump onto GTA and start buying microtransactions on GTA. It's not going to work like that. Some might, sure, but a lot of Red Dead players are going to be pissed. And they're not going to buy anything ever related to Rockstar, and that's bad for business. But a lot of times people don't understand that, and it's like, and also, guys, I own a rental property in real life. There's a rental property that I recently purchased, and the rental property that I own in real life, right? I have tenants for that property, and my rental property does not make me as much money as my YouTube channel. It's diversified income, so I make a little bit extra from my rental, but even though it doesn't make as much money as my YouTube. If I listen to these people who say, like, Red Dead Online should be screwed over because it's GTA Online makes the most money, then according to their logic, I should get rid of my rental property and only focus on my YouTube channel because YouTube gets me the most money, according to that example. So I make much more money from YouTube than I do from my rental property, but still, I still keep the rental property because it diversifies my income. I'm not reliant entirely on YouTube income, and I have some extra money on the side. And it doesn't just sit there and I just make money from it. Sometimes I have to go to the house. Sometimes I have to have stuff fixed around the house. Sometimes I have to talk to the tenants, stuff like that. It's not just me sitting there. And sometimes I haven't been able to make videos because I had to go to the house and actually deal with something at the house and resolve an issue. So that's just that. But that's like an example of business, you know. I don't make that much money from the rental property, but I still have it because it's extra money on the side. So people, you know, people don't understand, like, business when they're constantly talking how Red Dead Online got screwed and all that other stuff. This reminds me of that one episode for SpongeBob called The Krusty Dogs because they sold more. Yeah, so, like, yeah, so I think I remember that episode, right? It was the Krusty Dogs became more popular than the Krabby Patties, and so they just kept selling the Krusty Dogs, and then people that wanted Krabby Patties got pissed off and stopped coming, right? So that's like, that's, you know, perfect example of that. Just because one product sells better than another product doesn't mean that it should be discontinued. If it's a competitor, then maybe you can make an argument if it's a competitor. But it's not a competitor. It's not two items competing with each other. It's two unique, different items. It always annoys me when you get copyrighted. You're basically doing the game a favor with your playthroughs. P.S. Will you do a Bully playthrough this year? Thank you, Lek5. Yeah, I think I want to do Bully. I just don't know when I'll get around to it, but I do want to do it, too. I don't like the Cayo Perico nerf personally. Yeah, and I'm gonna bring up all these points when I make my documentary and Red Dead Online. I'm gonna bring up all these points. But yeah, it's like you know, these people, like, you know, they don't understand a lot of times business, and they think that, like, that just because GTA Online makes more money, that the screwing over Red Dead Online is the correct thing to do. But it's more of laziness than greed. It's just Rockstar doesn't feel like making content for this game. They don't feel like putting the time and effort into it, and they just rather do GTA Online. And that's ultimately it. Nerfing the Cayo Perico heist is good for GTA Online. Remember, it's a good business decision. Fanboys are ridiculous. Yeah, and you bring up a really good point, Young Hebrew. Like, somebody could argue that I made a tweet about that earlier. Like, you know, somebody could make the argument that nerfing the Cayo Perico heist was a good business decision because it makes Rockstar more shark card money. Somebody could argue that GTA Plus is a good business decision because it makes Rockstar a lot of money. And somebody could argue that not releasing GTA 6 and just milking GTA Online is a good business decision also. But the people that argue that Red Dead Online being screwed over for business, well, you won't see them making those arguments because they know how unpopular that argument is, and they probably don't even agree with it themselves. Go over to my Moonshine Shack here. Thank you, Sir Bats Gaming 1. It's like, I mean, look at YouTube channels. Like, a lot of YouTube channels have merch. They sell merchandise. And yet, the amount of money that these YouTube channels make from merchandise is such a small fraction of what they make from ad revenue. The vast majority of channels, they make their bulk money from ad revenue. That's what most YouTube channels make their money from. The merchandise is such a small amount. It is something, but it's such a small amount compared to the ad revenue that they make. And so, like, you know, according to that same argument about business, the YouTubers should just get rid of all of their merchandise. They shouldn't sell that because they make the majority of their money on ad revenue. They should just focus on making videos, right? So it's like you could use this business argument to a never-ending thing, and you could just keep proving how wrong it is, just using all these examples, how stupid that argument is. This game had potential. It had potential to make a lot of money for Rockstar. It had a dedicated community to it, but yet Rockstar just got lazy. They didn't feel like making content for this game and decided just to milk the hell out of GTA 6. I wouldn't be surprised they keep milk GTA 5 until the end of time. Excuse me. So that's just let's see here. Played with a band for 2 minutes. We can do that. I'm done with this channel? Why? I don't understand, Hellhound. What did I do wrong? Okay, let's see here. That one dude who wrote stories for Rockstar Games left. You mean Laszlo, since he left Rockstar Galizia. Laszlo, Leslie Benzies, and Dan Hauser. Gone. Not working with Rockstar anymore. Yeah, and that's one of the reasons that I like doing these playthroughs a lot of times. These playthroughs that I do on my channel, because I can play these games and I don't have to like you know, these games that I know really well. And games that I do relatively enjoy, like Sniper Elite V2. I know Sniper Elite V2 isn't a popular series. It's not as popular as some of my other playthroughs, but I really like playing that, I do really like playing that game. And if you watch my Sniper Elite V2 videos, I'm really good at the game. Like, I don't want to show off or anything, but I'm really good at Sniper Elite V2. You can see the proof in my videos. So I'm really good at it. I like playing Sniper Elite V2, and I have a lot of fun with it. And so it's like I like playing through these games. And I like explaining the history, because I know World War II history really well. I like explaining the history, you know, taking these crazy shots across the map, getting these headshots. I do enjoy it. And so that shows you that, you know, not everything is about money. Not everything is about views. You know, you also got to do what you enjoy doing. And that's what's important. Yeah, I agree with you, Young Hebrew. Like, it's like, I did a poll on this recently. Let me take a look at my poll. And also, if you guys disagree with what I'm saying, vote in my polls. You know, prove me wrong on my polls. Because I want to see other responses. Like, you know, other responses arguing with me. But I'll tell you something right now. Let me look at my polls. So I'll tell you this right now. Let's take a look at this. I'll tell you guys both of these polls. And both of these polls that I made kind of prove my argument. So, okay. So I made a poll about Red Dead Online. It's on my channel 10 days ago. 33,000 votes. And I asked people, after Rockstar abandoned Red Dead Online, will you ever buy a microtransaction from them again? 33,000 people voted. And out of all the Red Dead players that voted in my poll, 61% said I will never buy a Shark Card Gold Bar or GTA Plus. 32% said I bought them at one point but will never again. 8% say I might buy microtransactions in the future, no promises. So let's, I'm just gonna, calculate that right now here. Okay, 33,000. 33,000 times 0.32%. That is 10,560 players. So that means, according to my poll, there are 10,560 players used to buy gold bars. They used to buy shark cards. They used to buy other Rockstar microtransactions. Maybe some of them even bought GTA Plus but canceled it. But out of those 10,000 people, according to them, at least this is according to what people voted for. I know people can lie in polls, don't get me wrong. But according to my polls, is those 10,000 people are not going to buy any more microtransactions from Rockstar again. That's 10,000 customers Rockstar lost because they abandoned Red Dead Online. 10,000 customers that will never buy any microtransactions from me. They'll probably buy the next GTA game, don't get me wrong on that, because GTA is like, you know, a game that comes out once every few years, but they will never buy another microtransaction from Rockstar, ever again. That's 10,000 lost customers. And these 10,000 people were people that specifically bought microtransactions in the past. All 10,000 have admitted to buying it in the past. But now they're not going to, primarily because of Rockstar's treatment of Red Dead Online. So that's the hidden cost that people are not talking about. There's another poll that I made. 32,000 people voted. And I asked in this poll, if GTA Online did not have constant updates, if it didn't have constant updates like it does now, like every 6 months, and 6 months, I know some people might say that's not constant updates, but still they get 2 updates a year. So they get regular updates. if it didn't get custom updates, and I said, imagine GTA stopped updating in 2015. 2015, right after the heists update came out, because that's like around the same time Red Dead Online got screwed over. Red Dead Online got screwed over about like a year and a half into it. Yeah, about a year and a half into it. So that's like after the Moonshine update, we never really got another good Red Dead update. And so 32,000 people voted. 40% of 32,000 said, if GTA did not have constant updates, I wouldn't have played as much. Only 8% of 32,000 people say, I would have played GTA Online the same amount as now. So if GTA Online did not have constant updates, only 8% of people out of 32,000 would have still played it. And that's only my poll right there. And that I was expecting these results, and these are actually the results that I got. And I wouldn't have played GTA Online a lot. If it didn't have updates, I wouldn't have played it either. But I came back to the game constantly because it has constant updates, it has fresh content, it has something new to do, and people come back to it. Any game that does not have regular updates, any game that has no DLC coming out for it, is going to start losing players over time. It's not going to gain players over time. Games gain players over time when developers support the game, when they release content for it. So you can't blame Red Dead players for not playing Red Dead Online, because Rockstar didn't release anything for them. If GTA Online did not have the same updates that it has now, it would not even have half the players it has now. The only reason GTA Online is so popular is because it has constant updates. They're constantly adding new things to the game, and there's so many things to do now because of it. And the last result, 52% said, if GTA didn't have constant updates, I would have stopped playing. So out of 32,000 people, 52% say that if the game did not have constant updates, they would have stopped playing. That is 16,640 players. 16,000 players in my poll said that they would not have played GTA Online if it stopped updating, if it stopped bringing out updates. So right there, half of the people say that. So there's a reason that Red Dead Online failed. Red Dead Online didn't fail because it was a bad game. People constantly kept saying Red Dead Online failed because GTA is better. But why is GTA regarded as the better game? It's because it has more content. It has more support from the developer. The developer releases constant content for it. They don't respond to the fans on GTA or Red Dead, to be fair, but they don't. They literally they don't have constant updates on this game. The last time that we got an update was over a year ago, and that was a garbage update anyways. So it was just it was recycled bag missions, where GTA gets businesses, it gets properties, it gets heists with a massive storyline. What's going on out here now? I think we got people griefing out here. I'm just gonna go to another place here. This is not an open campsite for it. I'll get us to another location here. Have you ever heard of Darth Revan in Star Wars: The Old Republic? I've heard of Revan, I haven't heard of the other guy. Let me just parlay this guy. I don't know who this person is here, but I'm just parlaying him. Thank you, Gaming Bickle. Are you excited for when GTA 5 comes out on PS6? Because I am. I know that's got to be a troll at this point, George. Thank you for the thank you for the super chat, man. Yeah, but Laszlo got his revenge on Cousin Ed in Vice City, though. Mr. Waifu, Cousin Ed actually calls up in Vice City. He's in one conversation. Sadly, I genuinely believe that Rockstar always thought Red Dead Redemption 2 Online would fail eventually, and thus they didn't have invest as much as fraction into Red Dead Online as they have GTA Online. I think that Rockstar... I disagree. I think that Rockstar did think that this game was going to... I think they did expect this game to grow and make them a lot of money. But do you know what I think that they didn't? They underestimated is they thought that they could just release this game in the state that it was in, and that they would make the same amount of money or a little bit under what they were making from GTA Online. And when they didn't see the same numbers as GTA Online, they began to slowly abandon it. And then they started doing it after Moonshiners, and then that was just it. Let me see here. Where are we gonna go? Let's go to Coulter. No, I haven't heard about a new glitch Dark Viper talked about. What was that? Sometimes people are stubborn and don't want to listen to your view on how businesses work. Well, thank you, Eric, for the super chat. And the thing is, though, one of the most important things about business, one of the absolute most important things about business is that you are not going to make massive returns right away. Most businesses, most investments, you're going to get your money back over time. You're not going to get your money back really quickly. It's not going to happen. Most investments are like that. The stock market is also like that for the most part. You're going to get your money back from over time. You're not going to get all your money back and in profit right away. And so that's how business works. Your investment generates money over time, and it grows and grows. You don't just start making a ton of money right away, but that's what Rockstar expected of Reddit Online. So if Reddit Online has the potential to grow, it has the potential to make a lot of money. But it's not something that's going to happen overnight. It's not something that's going to happen even in a few weeks. It's something that takes place over months and years. If they released content on this game, if they released content like if this game got a big update every 6 months, just like GTA, the player bases would keep increasing with each update. I'm not saying it would get to GTA's numbers, but it would still be significant. The problem is they don't want to do that. They don't feel like putting the effort and the time into this. They think, why should we put effort into this when we could just milk GTA Online? And that's ultimately what it's about there. Honestly, Pro, it's people like you that kept me interested with GTA Online, so I definitely would have stopped playing if it didn't get updated. Well, thank you, Jimbo's here. Thanks, man. Yeah. And around that time, right when the casino heist came out, that was actually the first time that we actually had a Red Dead update that was really larger than the GTA update. That was the Frontiers Pursuits update was actually bigger than the GTA Casino update. This is not the casino heist, the casino update. And I honestly was hoping that we'd get more content, that it would get better, but it didn't, unfortunately. Oh yeah, and I agree with you. I like Bikers too. I think Bikers was one of the best updates.
Nice. Everywhere. Trapped. Solid.
Last good update Reddit Online got was Moonshiners. That was in 2019. Rockstar never gave Reddit Online the updates it needed to succeed, and that's a fact. I agree with you, Fernando, and you're 100% right on that. Thank you for the super chat.
Sticking around. I get in a boat.
I don't know about that, Cheese. Thank you, Rayan, for the super chat.
To get me that boat.
No problem, Mr. Waifu. By the business argument's logic, if I make more money from my job over YouTube, then I shouldn't upload or pursue YouTube as a career because my job right now makes me more money. Yeah, and YouTube is an extra source of income. You're diversifying your income. That's the thing about it. It's just like what I was talking about with my rental property. Like my rental property, I'm new to it, so I'm new to renting, and I got a rental property, and I'm making some money from it, but it's a fraction of what I make from YouTube. I don't profit that much from the rental property, but I do make something from it. And so it's something that makes me money over time. It's not something that I'm gonna, make a ton of money from right away. And according to the people that tell me that Red Dead wasn't making money and it should have been abandoned, according to that logic, I should just get rid of my rental property and just do YouTube. That was just it. But no, I want to diversify my income. I don't want my income just to be dependent on YouTube, and I want to make money also from rental properties. And eventually, I want to get a second rental property. So that's just it. But, people that say this game getting screwed over for business is the right decision. They don't know what diversified income is. And that's just, this game could have been so successful, could have made so much money for them, but, laziness got them. Thank you, Eric. Red Dead might not have the same numbers as GTA, but it could have a lot of numbers. And I'll tell you something. Do you know how many developers out there would love to be able to run this game, to run Red Dead Online? There's so many developers. If they were given Red Dead Online by Rockstar, they would gladly take it. Some probably would even buy it. Because they know that this game has potential. But Rockstar's not going to sell the rights to Red Dead Online to anyone. They're not going to sell the rights to Red Dead Redemption to anyone. Yeah, I'll probably cover the new Saints Row game. I want another open world game that I can play, so I'll probably cover the new Saints Row game when that comes out. I love your deep dive videos into characters and places in the older Grand Theft Auto games. I rewatch them frequently. I even listen to them in the background. Thank you, Ryan. Thanks, man. And I love making those videos. And you know what? I'll tell you about those videos. What I love about those videos is I love, like, going to the comment section of those videos and, like, seeing that, like, there's so many people that appreciate the older games and appreciate the stories in these GTA games, that I know that people like these games not just for the open world, but they like GTA games for the stories and the characters. And that makes me really happy when I see comments like yours. Hello, Pro. My father still has that old Rockstar mentality of Rockstar is good, and the last game he played before he stopped playing games was GTA 5 release, and he thinks people are overreacting. I don't think people are overreacting. I think people just, like, I think that people just, want an update on this game. They want this game, they want, like, they want support for this game. That's just it. It's not bad to want that, and it's not toxic either. I've heard people say that the Red Dead community is toxic for, say, Red Dead Online. Literally, anybody that's toxic, I condemn them. I don't support any kind of toxic behavior whatsoever. I don't support harassing developers, I don't support threatening developers, or any of that garbage. But that's just such a small group of Red Dead players. It's such a small group of Red Dead players that actually did something like that. And when they do something like that, it just hurts the Red Dead movement. But it's just, the vast majority of Red Dead players aren't toxic. They literally just wanted an update. They just wanted communication from Rockstar. Rockstar, you know what I'll tell you? You know what's toxic? That people call the Red Dead community toxic. And sure, there are some toxic people in the Red Dead community, some idiots. But the vast majority of people in the Red Dead community are cool. But you know what I'll tell you? You know what's toxic? What Rockstar did. When Rockstar ignores their community for over a whole year. Ignore their community. Ignore Save Red Dead Online. They had months to respond to Save Red Dead Online. Ignored it for so long. Didn't listen to their community at all. And then when they liked a tweet that had Save Red Dead Online in it, and then they unliked it, that's toxic. And so a developer treating their fans like that, like crap, that is toxic. And so that's that. Thank you, Zahid. I don't see what your super chat is, but I do appreciate it. Thank you, man. Can Rockstar still remaster release GTA 4 remaster? I don't know if they'll release the online. Maybe they'll release the single player remaster one day. But this thank you, Frost, for the super chat. This right here also, your comment right there, Frost, also proves that Rockstar has no idea what about business, because they canceled. It's according to the leaks. I'm going off of the leaks, but I believe them because of just how stupid and incompetent Rockstar has been lately. But according to the rumors, Rockstar has abandoned the GTA 4 remaster. They've abandoned Red Dead Redemption 1 remaster, and they abandoned it because they had problems with the Definitive Edition, and because the Definitive Edition did not sell as well as they wanted it to. That shows you how stupid Rockstar is. Like, that they don't think that a GTA 4 remaster and a Red Dead Redemption 1 remaster would be profitable. And they're basing that off of GTA Definitive Edition's disaster. The reason GTA Definitive Edition didn't sell well is because of the glitches, because of all the problems with the game. That's the reason it didn't sell well. It's not because people didn't want, like, a definitive. People were so excited for the definitive edition. Almost everyone wanted a remaster of the classic games. What we didn't want is we didn't want a disaster with just glitches and the game's not working properly. And because they rushed the games out, they basically, I'll tell you what probably happened. They probably rushed the games out. They wanted a Christmas release date. They wanted a release date before the holidays. And so the CEOs there at Take-Two Interactive or Rockstar Games, whoever was pushing the project, was probably like to Grove Street Games, like, you guys got to get this out before Christmas. You guys got to get this out at the end of this year. We want a Christmas release date, because that's when developers want their games out, because it sells typically the best around that time of the year. And so they pushed Grove Street Games, and I know Grove Street Games has some blame, but you also have to look at the people at the boardrooms, the people that were pushing Grove Street Games to rush this game out, because there's no way that Grove Street Games didn't know that the game was in a bad state. They knew the game was in a bad state, and they rushed it out. So that's probably what happened. The developers probably pushed them to release date as fast as possible. They released it, and it released in a bad state. People got pissed off, And instead of like Rockstar looking at that and saying, you know, what did we do to mess up here? Instead of looking at that, they basically say, oh, this is proof that people aren't interested in remasters. That's how stupid Rockstar is. So these are the people that canceled Red Dead Online. So like this is the type of mindset these people have. So that's just that's how dumb they are. Down this rock here. Still, we can't even buy boats in this game. People have been asking for being able to buy boats since day one. And hey, Professional, do you think that GTA has players because it was free during COVID and DLCs? I hope Red Dead Online would be free. It would have a lot more players. Making the game free to play would actually increase the player base on it, but you know Rockstar's not going to do that. I can't see them making Red Dead Online for free. And I'll tell you this, and thank you Sing for the super chat. The people that bought Red Dead Online, you could argue that that's false advertising. What Rockstar did, that they got scammed. The people that bought the standalone, because when did the standalone come out? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. It came out in 2020, right? That's when the standalone came out. It's 2020. So 2020 is the year that the game actually got abandoned, and so they released the standalone. And when you go on Google and you type in Red Dead Online standalone, do you know what the first sentence that you see is? The first sentence that you see is them saying that it's an ever-evolving world. That's false advertising, you could argue. Because they release a standalone for a game, it says ever-evolving world, and you buy that, you think that that is gonna be a game that's gonna be supported for years to come with content, and then they tell you like a few months after you bought the game, or maybe like a year later, they tell you, oh yeah, you know, we're not supporting it anymore, we're done. That's just ridiculous. I hope Saints Row isn't political. I hope so too, man. Like they should keep any kind of politics out of it. Unless it's fictional politics. If it's fictional politics, like, you know, fictional, like, corrupt politician or something like that, that's fine. But it's like, just don't mix real-world politics into games. When I joined GTA Online first time, it was during the Alien War between Green and Purple. I kept getting killed, yeah. And that was a bit of a crazy time then. You missed my super chat? Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize, DHC. I do apologize. I was just reading like a lot of comments, so I'm sorry about that. Let me see if I can find your super chat here. I'm sorry. Let's see here. I'm sorry for missing it. Hi, Pro. I hope you're having a good day. The one thing that Newswire did not mention is the hangar business. I really like that business personally. I was expecting the hangar to change. Yeah, and I'm actually going to mention that. That was actually something I planned on talking about in the video too. Like, the hangar needs some support. It does. Thank you, Ray and Gary also. But yeah, Smuggler's Run is probably the least used business in the game, and it needs some, like, some support. Do I have a favorite show? My favorite TV show is probably Turn Washington Spies a few years ago, but recently, I like Fargo. Fargo is probably my favorite recent TV show. The fact that they canceled Bully 2 and Agent disgusted me. Yep, they did. Thanks, George. Ever-evolving world, ever-enraging BS and Rockstar Spar. Yep. Thanks, Mr. Waifu. Funny enough is that Xbox had put GTA and Red Dead Redemption 2 on Xbox Game Pass, and Rockstar made them take it off in a week. Oh, really? I actually didn't know that Rockstar made them take it off. Wow, I didn't know about that. Thank you, Super Wolf. Thank you, Eric. Hey, Pro, happy Friday. Are you planning on streaming GTA Online when a new DLC drops? Hope you're doing well, man, and keep up the great work. Thank you, Eric. Yeah, I'll stream GTA when the next DLC comes out. No, I do agree with you in a way, Bears, is that my videos and my criticism are gonna do nothing to change Rockstar's mind. I'm fully aware of that. I know that me saying this in these streams and me making these videos are not gonna change Rockstar's mind. However, if even though they're not gonna change Rockstar's mind, what they're gonna do is they're gonna bring awareness to this issue. And so my videos are gonna reach a broad audience of people that are gonna. If people don't know about what Rockstar is doing, a lot of people are gonna find out from my videos. And when they find out, like, Rockstar treating the Red Dead community like crap, even if they don't play the Red Dead Online, they see that Rockstar just treats one of their communities so badly. They see what Rockstar's done with GTA Definitive Edition. They see what Rockstar's doing with GTA Plus. More people are aware of that, and that means less potential consumers for Rockstar. So that also hurts Rockstar's reputation. So that's that. Rest in peace, Red Dead Online. Screw Rockstar. Oh, thank you, Tin Orb. Thank you for sponsoring my channel again. Let me see here. Thank you, Braden, for the super chat, and thank you, Puffle. Currently on 488 million. Thank you for the guides. Love your eyes. Well, thank you, Puffle. Thanks, man. Thank you, Frost. Rockstar could easily drop properties in a few heists on Red Dead Redemption and leave it at that. No excuses. Thank you, Frost. Yeah, and the thing is, though, is that, look, if this was Rockstar's, like, you know, if Rockstar was going to abandon this game, then at least what they could have done is they could have released one final update and given players something they wanted, like train robberies or bank robberies or you know, houses. People wanted to be able to buy houses in this game. Give players something they want in one final update, but they couldn't even be bothered to do that. That's how scummy Rockstar is. That's how they treated the Red Dead community. Oh, I think people are changing their mind, Plays. A lot of people see Rockstar's greed. Rockstar does not have the same reputation that it did years ago. When I was a kid growing up in like 2008, when I played GTA 4 when I was like 14 years old. GTA 4, like at that time, Rockstar's like popularity was the highest. Like everybody had high praise for Rockstar. There wasn't really anyone that said anything bad about them. People are saying that if they didn't cancel support for Red Dead Online, then GTA wouldn't be getting quality of life changes, but that is just dumb and unfounded. It's simple stuff. Oh my god. Thank you, Gaming Beast, for the super chat. Who's saying that? Man, I haven't heard that before, but that sounds stupid. Somebody thinking that because that if Rockstar didn't cancel Red Dead Online that they couldn't give quality of life improvements to GTA, man, that's damn. I wonder who would. That's ridiculous. I agree with you, Gaming Beast. I'm sorry, I mistakenly retracted it. I said they don't care about the community, just like Midnight Club series. I loved it, and they burned it in the end after Midnight Club. Assuming you mean Los Angeles? Yeah, they haven't done a Midnight Club game in a long time. GTA men's Twitch chat? Oh. That's where people were saying it? Yeah, and that's exactly what it was of Red Dead Online. Rockstar thought that they were going to make a ton of money on this game without putting that much effort into it. And when they weren't getting the money that they wanted from this game, they abandoned it. That's exactly what happened to this game. Yes, Roger Clark says he feels bad for the Red Dead Online community. Thank you, George. Roger Clark's tweet is also going to be in my video. That's a fine opinion to have, Shadow. I actually thought the Morningstar's outfits were pretty cool in Saints Row 3, but it was just that, like, even though the gang had like cool outfits, I didn't like the Morningstar. Like I thought that they could have been like a cooler gang, and they could have been more intimidating. But like I'll tell you something, like the gangs in like Saints Row 3 and 4, I was never like scared of those gangs. Like I never thought those gangs were intimidating. Like, I thought they were kind of like a joke. Like, the gangs in Saints Row 1 and 2 were kind of scary. Like, the Sons of Samedi were just terrifying in Saints Row 2. And then the, in Saints Row 1, the Carnales were pretty scary. So it was just like, some of these gangs were, like, really intimidating and scary. And then, like, Saints Row 3 and 4, they were just jokes. So...
What the hell?
Okay. Saints Row 4 had gangs, the aliens, I mean. Yeah, I know what you're going with that. Hector says, Buenas noches. I remember that. That's the guy in the car says that when they do the drive-by. By the way, was that really you defending Reddit Online? And yes, that was me, Eric. Thank you for the super chat. I didn't want to start an argument. That wasn't my goal there. I recently, oh, okay, Mr. Waifu. And I hope the character customization in the new one is good. I have to try out that boss factory. People keep commenting for me to make a boss factory video. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make that. I can still download the boss factory, right? I'll try that. Do I know Gilly Master? Yeah, he's a friend of mine. Yeah, he was a great actor. It's really unfortunate what happened to Tony Sirico. Reddit Online became Dutch's plan. That's the guy says, the main character says at the end of Saints Row 1, Jake. Would you say it would be worth for someone to buy Red Dead Redemption 2 as a new player? I think that Red Dead Redemption 2 is a game that everyone should play. Even if you don't play the online, the single player alone is worth it. Thank you, Super Wolf. No, Saul. You're doing a great job with YouTube, Professional. You are awesome. I enjoy your videos and your content. I can't wait for the next Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Thanks, man. I'm just waiting for my costume to come in, but I have a great costume coming in for Modern Warfare. I talked with Gilly one time about Reddit Online being businesses, but Gilly said Rockstar would be beyond help, too greedy to improve, save Reddit Online. Yeah, they are too greedy to save this game. The Blacklist? No, I've never seen that TV show. Imagine if GTA Plus members don't get a cooldown on the Cayo Perico heist. That would be horrible. Right, and that reminds me of something. That reminds me of something I didn't mention. Because like, okay, wait, so there's something that I forgot to mention. Oh, who are these guys? Well, they seem friendly. Anyways, there was something that I forgot to mention. Okay, so this is what it says. This is the newswire. And after stealing a high-value primary target in the Cayo Perico heist finale, the higher-value primary targets will appear less often for the next 72 hours, while the value of secondary targets will increase. So that's if you're doing it with a group, because if you're doing it with a group, the cooldown is only 48 minutes versus doing it together. If you do it if you do it as a versus doing it solo, I mean. So if you do it as a group, the cooldown is 48 minutes. If you do it solo, yeah. If you do it, okay. So I was thinking about that now. If the target gets worse in those 3 hours, that means that Rockstar could put some pay to win garbage with GTA Plus. They could just say, get the Diamond Panther statue, and you don't have to worry about getting something worse with GTA Plus. They could do that. I was just thinking about that. Not so funny when you're fighting someone tied to a chair. Yep, that was that line, and that was probably the most brutal Saints Row death of all time, was the Shogo death, Mr. Waifu. Oh, come on. Okay, well, parlaying. It's like I said, guys. Remember what I said. I think that the Cayo Perico heist, I think that Cayo Perico could be more diverse. But what Rockstar could do to make the heist more diverse is do bonuses if you do the heist a certain way. Because if you get gold going in through the sewer grate every time, that's all people are going to do is just that. But if you do certain bonuses, like imagine there's like a $300,000 bonus. If you get a disguise and you drive in the truck, you get an extra 300k. Or you get like an extra 200k if you scale the walls with the rope. You know, something like that. If you get like certain bonuses by completing it like a certain way depending on the day, like Pavel will text you, say, Capitan, if we go in through the front door destroying it with a charge this time, we'll get like 400,000 or something like that extra. If you do something like that, like, you know, Pavel will give you certain bonuses on like certain approaches, it'll diversify the heist and people will play it in different ways. But I don't think that nerfing the heist is the right thing to do. I think it just encouraged people to play the heist different ways. I think that's that. Yeah. And I have 658 gold bars. I wonder if I started spending gold bars, I wonder if I could actually buy everything in the game and still have a ton of gold bars left over. But it's that. The fact that Arthur Morgan's voice actor cares for Red Dead Online community than Rockstar shows something. He does have our backs. Yeah, I do appreciate that from Roger Clark. He's a good guy. Okay, Vincent. Or they do it like the diamonds in the casino. I would be pissed if Rockstar would say, if you buy GTA Plus, we'll give you Diamond Panther every time. Oh man, that would drive me crazy if Rockstar did that. Yep. And that's the thing, is some players were thinking about buying GTA Plus because it had diamonds in the casino. Hey, Professional, I was watching a documentary about drug smuggling, and the guy said that drugs should be legalized. Do you agree or not? I'll tell you from a law enforcement perspective, my view on this issue, and I went to school for law enforcement, for people wondering. I read about this, specifically, is, I think that, while I don't like marijuana, I don't like that stuff, I think that should be up to a vote. I think that people should decide that in a referendum. Like, people should just vote on that and decide that if the people want it or not. I think that might cause some problems, but I don't think that would be as bad as some other stuff. If they legalize like the dangerous drugs, that would be really bad. That's stupid. That would not be good. So it's just like marijuana is something that can be more debated on. But like the other drugs, like some of the other horrible drugs, those should never be legalized. Freedom Town Redux is still a hellish mission. The challenge about Freedom Town Redux is you have to get that guy with the machete, try to separate him from the rest of the group, and quickly kill him with punching him. Thank you, Mr. Waifu. And thank you, Ryan. Happy the original heist got increased payouts. I'm happy about that too, but you know, it's a little hard for me to enjoy it with the cooldown on the Cayo heist right now. Yeah, Max Payne 1 and 2, at least we're getting that. What schooling do you need to join law enforcement? You don't really need any schooling. Well, you need the schooling of the police academy, obviously, but you don't need like college. You don't need college to be like to be a cop in most places. It does help, but you don't need it. You know, you can just go to the academy. That's what one of my friends did. So that's like, you don't need to Yeah, you don't need that. You know, I studied like law enforcement technology in like in school because I wanted to be more than just a police officer. I want to eventually work my way up, possibly be a detective. Yeah. I don't follow Rockstar all much, but what's GTA Plus? Well, I'm surprised you haven't heard of GTA Plus. Maybe it's better you don't know what it is, but it's a subscription service that is like every month it's $6 a month, and they give you certain things, and people have argued it's pay to win with like certain things like diamonds in the casino like for a few weeks. But the bad reaction from the definitive edition wasn't because people didn't want games remasters. It was because they ruined the remaster. What's your job at the moment? My job, YouTube mainly. You need college for federal law enforcement. I don't know about that. Do you? I'd have to look into that. The FBI, I think you need some more schooling. Yes. But if you want to be like a police officer, you don't really need a college for that. And I think certain departments might let you move up to like a detective, and I don't think you necessarily need college for that. But I could be wrong. I have to look it up again. But I know that for to be like a regular street cop, you don't need college for that. I'm done tonight? What do you mean, Hellhound? The thing about marijuana doesn't kill you, this makes you chill and calm. Well, the thing is, marijuana is bad for people's health because anything that people inhale and smoke is bad. So people will say that there's and I know the majority of people support legalizing it, but it's like a lot of times people will deny that there's anything that it doesn't impact your health at all. It does impact your health. Thank you, Super Wolf, for the super chat. Thanks, man. I see your reaction there. You're not too happy with what GTA Plus is. Yeah, but that's GTA Plus. Am I gonna play Hogwarts Legacy when it's dropped? Maybe. I haven't played a Harry Potter game in so long, but the fact that you can choose what house you want to be in, maybe I'll give it a try. Fisher Freak. Well, I never said that cigarettes were healthy. Hellhound. But it's like I said. I think the marijuana issue should be a vote. That's what I think. I think just put it to a vote, let the people decide, but the people should also know about the consequences that come with, legalizing marijuana. There are health risks to it. People that smoke marijuana regularly have a higher risk of developing schizophrenia. Studies have shown that. So people should know about, the health risks also of it, but it's, I think it should be up to a vote. Let the people decide what they... I personally don't like it. I probably wouldn't vote for it, but I think it should be up to a vote. So that's people should decide on that. Favorite character from Heavy Rain? Probably Norman. Memory loss? I think it also might cause memory loss. I think you might be right on that. But that's for people that regularly use it. There are health risks with alcohol. I wasn't denying that there was health risks with alcohol. Is undercover police good? Undercover policing can be a very stressful job, and there was the DEA, for instance, used to have a policy that the agent was not allowed to use any kind of drugs, but sometimes when they pose as undercover cops, they would have to test something or something like that, and so DEA agents got killed with that specifically. So they changed the policy on that. I will try the Boss Factory. Beer and fast food should also be up for a vote. Well, the thing is, though, is some cultures really don't like marijuana. Some cultures don't want it legalized, and you have to respect that vote on that. It should be up to a vote. People should decide whether they want it legalized or not. That's the way I see it. I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't want it probably legalized, but I would support a vote on it. So that's just it. Thank you, Jonathan, for the super chat. What college education do you need to be CIA? CIA, I'm pretty certain that you would need some previous, federal law enforcement experience to be a CIA. But I'll tell you something about the CIA. The CIA is the agency that, like, the other federal law enforcement agencies hate. They hate the CIA. And the reason that the other agencies don't have respect for the CIA is because the CIA is very pushy and will constantly demand things from other agencies, but won't help when they need it. So I'll give you like a perfect example. If the DEA is looking into some drug lord, right? The CIA will go over to the DEA and they'll tell them, like, hand over everything that you have about this drug lord. We want all the information. The DEA have no choice. They have to comply with the CIA. They have to give the CIA everything they know about the case and any information they have, everything. But then if the CIA knows something about, like, a specific drug lord or something like that, and the DEA try to talk to them and say, hey, can you give us information? Can you help us out? The CIA almost always says no. They refuse to help almost always, but then they constantly demand stuff from other agencies. So that's why a lot of the other agencies actually hate the CIA. And the CIA also they've been involved in so many scandals in other countries. Like, the CIA has, like, a really bad reputation worldwide because they've been involved in some operations in other countries. They've done some really bad things and just done some pretty messed up things throughout their history. And you know, the DEA and the FBI don't have the same bad rep that the CIA has. Speaking of undercover cops, have you ever seen the movie Reservoir Dogs? That's why I never want to be an undercover cop. Oh, it's scandals in the U.S. Yes, you're right. But speaking of undercover cops, have you ever seen the movie Reservoir Dogs? No, I've heard of it, but I've never seen it. Thank you, Ryan, for the super chat. It's weird because marijuana is legalized in certain states, but it's illegal on a federal level. So even though it's legal in those states, the state authorities won't arrest them, but if the federal authorities decide to come in, they could arrest people. So that's I don't know that actor Patel. He sounds familiar. If I saw his face, I'd probably know who it is. Okay, 1 second here. Well, the reason that the FBI, my character's starving, I really have to, what's going on over there? Okay, I gotta get some food for my character. I really do gotta get some food. I gotta have my character eat some stuff, because my character's, like, starving. The CIA and the FBI don't like each other because they compete for funding. Hello, Alan. Well, people in the Midwest, I noticed, are better drivers than people in New York. It's my personal experience. Reddit Online did have a lot of potential. But I guess I will be going here, guys. I guess I'll be wrapping up the stream here. I'm kind of hungry. I haven't eaten dinner, so I'm just starving right now. But I will, yeah, I'll go here. I'll still stick around for maybe like a minute or two, answer any questions people might have. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. And if you guys enjoyed the stream, do drop a like. I'll also do another stream on Friday. We'll do Reddit again. And I'll do a GTA stream this week coming up. So I'll stream, like, the new GTA update. And I have a GTA video coming out tomorrow, so check that out. He missed all of my comments. I'm sorry if I didn't see your comments. You can ask me what you want now and I'll answer it. There's just like there's a lot of people that ask me questions though. Do you use light mode or dark mode? You mean on YouTube? I use dark mode. Yes, Assault. Like your content. Greetings from Mexico. Thank you, Yasin. See you later, professional. Thanks for keeping me company. No problem, Custodian, Ruby. I like both games. I wouldn't really say I like one better than the other. No, I haven't, Goat. At times, yes, mister. Red Dead Online is fun, but once you do everything, it gets a bit boring. If you don't have friends to play, it's gonna be really boring. I did talk about that once, but I'm not gonna get into that right now, Dauntless. Oh yeah, that'd be cool if you could rob like Fusar on Guarma. That'd be awesome. Rockstar won't do that though because they don't care about this game and its community. They have no respect for the Red Dead community. I heard of it, a Shadow. But I guess I'll be going here, guys. Thank you guys for watching my stream. I do appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for your support. It does mean a lot to me when I see your support. And, you know, it does make me happy that I can make content like this for you guys and that you guys enjoy it. You know, I'm sorry about Red Dead Online. You know, I wish this game would get supported. But we tried our best. And, you know, don't feel bad. You know, we all tried our best. And we tried to, you know, get this game some support and love. It's just unfortunate the developer... I'm sorry to say the developers are just scumbags. But thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone. And have a wonderful week.